Hello everybody, let's continue on Angular coding. In this session, let's take a look how to show tooltips only when ellipsis, the three dots, is showing. So basically we have the table. Last time we draw the table and we want to achieve the feature like to show the tooltip only when the three dots is showing. At this moment that no tooltip is showing because there are no three dots. If we shrink the document, we see some three dots is showing. Then we hover on the item, it should show the tooltip for us like this. And hover on this cell, because this cell doesn't have that three dots, so it shouldn't show the tooltip. And that's the feature we should achieve. Let's take a look at the code, how we made it work. So basically we only need to modify HTML and TS file of the tooltip show component. Let's take a look at HTML. This part I use collections. Basically the same thing is array of the data of the cells. And we have this tooltip attribute. We get the content of the tooltip from this function. In this function, we pass the data item for each row and put a column index for the second parameter. And for the content of the TD, we are using getValue function with parameter the data item, also the index of the column. Let's take a look at the TS file. So for each TD, we have a TD ID inside the tag like this one. We want to look through all the TDs. We want all the TDs to have that feature, which is when the cell is showing the three dots, we show the tooltips when the mouse hover on that item. If there's no three dots, there will be no tooltip showing. And we have this collections, it's a data array. And we prepare the data here. And for the data for each data item, we have three cells, which is the three columns. And for each column, we are using the string from this string array, and we repeat random numbers for this string. The random number is from 1 to 2. Either 1 or 2. And so we need do the check in this after view checked event. It's from after view checked interface. We need import this interface from the Angular call. We also need change detector reference. This one needed to trigger the UI update after we set the flag. So inside this function, we check whether the TDs had some value inside. If it has value, we are going to call the for each. So inside, we are going through each TD and we pass the index because we need to access the collections. So based on the index, we calculate the row value and the column value separately. And to determine whether we are showing the three dots or not, we use this condition: screw width and the client width. These two attributes are from the box. For DOM objects, they're the box, right? And inside here, we get the row, then we get the column, and then we get the show tooltip flag. So for this flag, we add it inside the cell data structure. We have the content for the cell and also have the flag, whether we show tooltip or not. And for data itself, it's just cells arrays, columns. If we are showing 3 dots, the scroll width will be bigger than client width. So we set this flag equal true, otherwise set it as false. Then we trigger the changes. Check tooltips. So we pass the data item and the column index. So we check whether the flag is true or false. If it's true, we retain the data. Otherwise, we retain undefined. For the data part, we just return the data based on the column index. Yeah, after that part of the code, the work is done. So like we demonstrated at the beginning, if we hover on each item, there's no tooltip showing because there's no 3 dots. Then we shrink the window. We are seeing some 3 dots here. If we hover on that cell, it should show the tooltip. The content of the tooltip is the content of the cell. On the one, there's no 3 dots. There's no tooltip is showing. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. If you have any question, please comment below.